Hi, I'm David Cooper from E-Pianos and Whitley Bay Organs. Today I've got the most amazing Bemore Genesis. This is the top of its range. This is an organ which has been built up by a consortium of experts in organs, and they've made an organ that suits players rather than just doing it for manufacturing benefits. So this is a Bemore Genesis. It's based on Windows 10. It's got a huge screen that makes it really clear to use, and it's all in sections. So we look at the screen first. We've got all the things that we can vary, but we've got the these are all the accompaniment sounds and the bass and the drums. This is all the upper and the lower voices. So we've got 5 upper and 3 lower that we can mix together to give us a combination on the keyboard, and we can vary them from these selections in these boxes. They're very clever. What they've done is they've got a selection to choose from for each sound and for each sort of style of music. So if we were to go into the piano button, we've got our 10 pianos showing on the screen, but there are 3 pages, so we can go up to the 2nd page, up to the 3rd page. If we go to organs, let's go into, we've got 19 pages of, so 190 organ sounds, and again you can flick through them, and if you want to select one, you literally just touch it and it goes the colour and shows that you selected it. So we'll go through a few of the functions. On this side here we've got the way that we use our rhythm section. We've got the start and stop and so forth, but we've got things like introductions and endings, and a bit like the Yamaha one-touch settings on the styles. You've got 4 variations, and if the link is on, it gives you a sound to go with it. So really easy to use, and your fill-ins are on the bottom here. Okay, let's get to it and show you the rest of the organ. Okay, so I'll start off by just showing some of the organ sounds. We've got the organ button selected. Out of the 5 upper voices, I've only got 1 turned on, and that means that whatever I choose from these buttons available on the screen, that will just set up the keyboard with a great organ sound. So we'll start off with the one at the top here, Theatre Session 6. 7. Big samples are really full sounds. That's the first page. Let's go to the next sound, and we've got smooth tibias. Soft tibias. Some more theatres. Let's go down again. We've got lots of drawbar settings. These are all the numbers from the drawbars. This is the Vox Continental sounds, Continental organ. Quite a harsh sound. Let's go down a bit further. We've got more drawbar settings. Sounds that are in here on the 190 to choose from are all just settings that we can use on their own, or we can mix up to 5 together, or mix them with glockenspiels or something else. Let's just try a couple more in here. Beautiful sets of organ sounds, hope you agree, and let's go to some more features now. Okay, so one of the really good features on this organ is called BMS, and what it does, it sets up sets of voices with styles which tend to go very well together. So rather than give you a song title or a sound name, it's going to give us a kind of an area of songs, and then we've got lower and upper voices that come in on this screen here that we can just go to very, very easily. So as an example, if we go to, I've got one called Blue Eyes Band turned on here. I've got a choice of jazz guitar, organ, piano on the bottom, and brass, and I've got on the upper keyboard warm horns, I've got brass, I've got trumpet, saxophone, so I can bring in selections, but they're all in a sort of a type and genre of music. So let's go to, put the rhythm on here. Now we've got drum volumes we can adjust here, so whatever is set there, we can still change the volume if we want to. And let's see what we've got. The first one on here is, I've got trumpets on. Let's show you some more. We've got the BMS section again. We've got one called Bella Begin. Let's see what that's like. This is going to give us accordions, James Last sounds. Let's see. Voices to bring in at the same time that suit the same kind of music. Let's try another one here. We've got one called Club Piano. So let's go down to find Club Piano that I found earlier. And right, so, what I've done on this one is I've gone into a sound that I think will suit my style. So I've gone into Jazz Trio, and then I've gone to all the standard drums and picked a rhythm that I want to use with it. So I've picked Jazz Trio, and this has given me the vibes and the saxophones and the trumpets. But then I've gone back to my rhythm to use with it, and I'm going to choose Club Piano. So let's see what this sounds like. Good sounding. Now the rhythms themselves have all got this 4 variation accompaniment, and if this link button is on, you get 4 more sounds that Bemore have chosen to work very well with the rhythm itself. So we can bring all these in from the selection from the BMS, but we can also bring in 4 more alternatives when the link is on, and that gives us a sound to go with the backing that's playing. Okay, and we'll do one more. We'll go to Theatre Full. So let's go into the BMS button and find the theatre batch that they put together, and it's there it is, Theatre Full. Okay, let's see what it sounds like. It's such a big sound. Now, this has also got a rhythm to it, so let's see what it sounds like. It's a waltz. Okay, so the Bemore Genesis is going to give us loads and loads of selections for every button we choose. If we choose the organ button, we've got 19 pages of 10 variations. If we go to the flutes, we've got 3 pages. Saxophones, we've got 2 pages. And guitars, we've got 3. So everything has got lots of choices from the clear screen. Same way with the rhythm section. If we go to swing, we've got 17 pages of 10 different swing rhythms, and each of these rhythms that we're going to choose from will give us these 4 variations. It will also give us, well, not always 4, but mostly 4, depending on where we got the style from, and also lots of fill-ins, endings and intros for every single style. But we can go through lots of different variations again on the styles. If we go to the ballroom button, we've got 8 pages of 10 different ballroom rhythms. If we go to the Latin section, 15 pages of 10. So there's loads and loads in there already to play with. You can bring in more styles if you wanted to from other products, but what's in there is huge. Now along here we've got all our balances for our rhythm section. If the bass is a bit too loud or quiet, we can adjust it on like a drawbar. We've got the overall section volumes, upper, lower and the accompaniment. We've got more controls, and we've got our drawbars for our organ sounds that we can bring in for our upper and our lower and our bass sound from the organ sounds, and they're in the VST section. So really loads to offer, very easy to get lots of simplified settings with a touch of a button and you're just ready to go. And also when you've got all these along here, these to choose from on the screen additionally to the one set settings, it's just very easy to find on the fly something to just touch and change the sound. Hope you found this video useful. I'm David Cooper at E Pianos and Whitley Bay Organs, and this is the Bemore Genesis.